What's up, YouTubers? I'm back with another video. This time I'm looking out for my Honda guys that's looking to turbo their automobiles. Let's put it this way: if you got an old school Honda anywhere from the late 80s to 2000, in order to keep up with this generation of automobiles, you either have to go K-swap, turbo, or nitrous. Because to be honest with you, the Toyota Camry comes out with 300 horsepower to the wheels. It's like, probably not to the wheels, but they rated at 300 horsepower, a Toyota Camry. And they dogging us, man. So if you want to stay out ahead of the crowd, go have to throw a turbo or a K-swap. That K-swap is the import LS engine. That's a bad mamma jamma, but at the time, I cannot afford it. So I want to show you an affordable turbo kit you could throw in your B series. They do have them for a single cam. This is an Injectors, so it comes twin cam. So that's why I'm hitting on this B series turbo kit. This is a Rev 9 turbo kit. It's inexpensive. Been on my car for about 2 years now. When I bought it, it was on eBay for $611 or best offer. I offered them $600 because I like to keep my 11 in my pocket, and they accepted it. So I paid $600 for this turbo kit, minus the equal limb headers and the upgraded turbo. Now the kit does come with the log manifold. It comes with a cast iron log manifold, which is what I prefer, because a lot of that shiny stuff crack after a while. A log cast iron manifold, you really shouldn't have no problems with it cracking. So I purposely looked for a kit that had a cast iron manifold to kind of do away with all the cracking problem due to heat and all that kind of stuff. So it came with a log manifold, cast iron, and it did come with a turbo, just not this turbo. It came with a what are them turbos, man? I forgot the name, but it's like a 50 trim or something like that. But it's a smaller one. This one is pretty big. The one it come with is smaller. So for $600, complete kit. When I say complete, it's complete, except for injectors. So most turbo kits ain't gonna come with injectors anyway. So when I look for a complete kit, I don't look for injectors. That's usually stuff you gotta you gotta buy on your own. So when I purchased this turbo kit, it came with the piping. It goes down. It came with the blow-off valve. I don't know if you can see that, but it came with the intercooler. There's an intercooler in the front. It fits perfectly. You know, you do got to do a little trimming from the inside of the bumper, but that's expected. My bumper went on. It's on the way it's supposed to be on. That's not a, well, it's not a gap. It has that rubber black seal in there, so it's not like it's a big old black, It's not a gap. It just has the regular seal. So my bumper went on, no problem. Didn't have to do any. The only modification that I had to do, I want to get straight to the point. Injectors come with a full radiator, a full size radiator, go all the way across. I did have to get a half radiator. You can get these out of a Civic, anywhere from, what is that, 92 and up. Civics usually come with a smaller radiator. This one I bought off eBay also. Like I say in my other videos, I'm an eBay cat. So I got this off eBay. I didn't have to do this. I already had a Civic radiator, the regular black one that comes in a stock Civic. I had that in there for a while, but I feel like spending some money, so I spent $60 and got this aluminum radiator, and it did come with the radiator cap. Okay, so I just put that in there. To modify it, it's not really that hard. All I did was take the stock Integra radiator support bracket, and I bent it. This usually faces, I think it either goes straight. All I did was bend it down, and just so happened it was long enough to fit in here. I put a 10mm screw, and that piece I bent down, just my luck, it had a hole in it, and it lined up with the hole that's in the radiator. And I put another 10mm screw in it, and it held tight. I put this little what's this, foam or something right here for vibration, because it's laying up against the metal. You don't want it vibrating and making all kind of racket. So I just put that in there. But back to the turbo kit. So it comes with a log manifold, smaller turbo, piping, intercooler. I don't know if you can see down there. I need to turn some light on, man. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn the light on. All right, here we go. That's a lot better, man. I got it wrapped a little bit down there, but it came with the downpipe. And I'm gonna get to the modifications I had to do. The only modification, well, major modification I had to do was, and this might not be for everybody. If you the type of guy that sets your car anywhere near the tires, as you can see, this car is lowered, you will have to shorten the downpipe. The downpipe was too long to lower my car the way I wanted, so I took it to a muffler shop. They shortened it so I can lower my car. If you don't plan on lowering your car, it's a track car or something like that, then the downpipe should be fine. It bolted right up. It had a flange on the back end that lined right up to the stock exhaust on the Integra. I didn't have to do no modifications to the flange. It went right to it. I stated earlier, I had to not really modify, but just trim the back end of the bumper so the intercooler could clear and you can actually put your bumper on. If you're interested in these headers, it's still by Rev 9. This whole kit is by Rev 9 except for the injectors. The injectors are who that is? Smart Fire. If I'm mistaken, they call it Smart Fire. Smart Fire injectors, I paid like $100 and some bucks for them. Now, when you do stuff like that, do at your own risk. You might want to get some name brand injectors. There's certain things you don't want to cheap out on. I did, but don't do exactly what I do. Okay. My wastegate is Rev 9, and my injectors is Smart Fire. Two things you don't want to cheap out on: injectors, wastegate. Now the wastegate I wasn't really tripping because when I got the car tuned, he put a boost cut in the tuning. So whenever the ECU read anything higher than 10 psi, it'll cut fuel. So if my wastegate just happened to go out or it's not managing the psi the way it's supposed to, I got backup on the ECU. It'll cut fuel and spark and all that kind of good stuff to keep me from blowing my engine. So if you can do that with your tuner, which you should, you know, that's basic tuning right there. You can do that if you're running a cheap wastegate like I am. But if you don't want to do that kind of stuff, get you a good wastegate. Please get you a good wastegate. Towel, who do wastegate? Towel, AM, Turbo Smart, them cats. Injector, same thing. This is a Street Fire injector. So far they holding up, but I can tell they not running the way they used to when I first put them in. Sometimes on the freeway I can feel a slight misfire. I can actually hear it sometimes. Also, there's times where, say like I cut the car off for a short period of time and I go back and start it, it flooded. So that's a sign the ejectors is leaking while the car is off. They dripping fuel in the cylinder and it's flooding it, because when I go to turn the car back on, it don't want to start. Luckily I have a quick disconnect for the injectors. I just take them all off, start the car. It'll burn up that fuel that's in the cylinders without pumping more fuel to it. So once I do that, I put the ejector clips back on it, car fire right up. That's a sign that it's flooding it even though the car is off. That's not good. So get you some good injectors and a good wastegate, you be in the house. Now this is Rev 9 equal length exhaust manifold, turbo exhaust manifold T3. I bought this probably a year after I put this kit on here, just to upgrade. Wasn't nothing wrong with my log manifold. It worked fine. It didn't crack or anything like that. I like this rim horn look, you know. So I don't know if this manifold actually gave me any gains, because after I put the exhaust manifold and the bigger turbo on there, I never even went back to get the car dyno tuned to this setup. I'm still running on my original setup with the log manifold, smaller turbo, and it was the GSR engine, B18C. This is a B20 VTEC, so I went from a 1.8 to a 2.0, equal length header, bigger turbo. I should have went back and got another dyno tune because I didn't change too much stuff. The car run with the previous tune, which is good. But if I want to get the benefits out of this bigger turbo, equal lift header, and a bigger engine, I should go back and get another dyno tune. But that's another story. These headers right here cost me, I think, $300, equal length, and it's a better metal than Me myself, some people buy them and they get away with it. I stay away from that shiny stuff. You probably like, well, your valve cover look pretty shiny to me. I'm talking about the exhaust manifold, man. I stay away from that stainless steel shiny exhaust manifold. I had bad luck with them, cracked all up. $300 for this, equal lift. That is the anti-surge. I think it's TX6662. That's the model number for Rev 9 for this turbo. TX6662 anti-surge, and I think it's a 70 trim or something like that. But it's bigger than the one that actually came with the kit. These two is the only I think upgrades I've done to the Rev 9. Like I say, everything is Rev 9. This is just the upgrades. It does come with the piping and the wastegate. Did it come with the oil feed line? Yeah, man, I don't remember if it came with the oil feed line or not. Forgive me. But it did come with the piping for the dump tube. It didn't come with this. I upgraded to this because I need the. This is a flex pipe. You can bend it and put it, you know, where you want to put it. As you can see on my intercooler, it's black right here, because the way this pipe was bent originally, it was blowing all that hot butt air on my intercooler, and you can see the soot on it. So I bent it. I bought this pipe, got it away from the intercooler. So, and then it doesn't come with this filter. It comes with a filter. Don't get me wrong, but it's not this one. The one it came with, I didn't really like it, so I put my own filter on it. This turbo has a 4-inch inlet. The turbo that comes with the kit has a 3-inch inlet. So all in all, it's a good turbo kit. I've been enjoying it for 2 years now. And here's a clip of how this turbo setup sound just the way it is, so you can get an idea of how it run and how it sound. Check this out. Now after you turbo your twin cam VTEC engine, you bound to put about 250-300 horsepower to the wheels, depending on the tuner. Some of them can get more out of it. You won't be king of the street, but you won't be a jive turkey either, you dig? So keep these cars running, man. I'm talking about Hondas because that's what I'm into and that's what's in front of me. But I'm really focused on old school cars in general, whether it's a Chevy, Ford, Nissan, Dodge. Hey, I like old school stuff. Let's keep them on the road and let's keep them fast. So if you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment in the section below, and I get back to you. Peace. God bless.